Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your general bi-weekly tarot and psychic readings. And so we're going to have the tarot reading in the first portion and then the psychic reading in the second part of the video. And I will be using the After Tarot deck. And for the psychic messages, I will be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Very beautiful cards. So doing the tarot reading first, and then we're going to pick a card to start off our channeling, and then we'll see what messages we get for everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do bear in mind that these are general readings, so they may not make sense to everyone because they're not going to apply to everyone, or not in the same way with them being general. But you can watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages, and if you're interested in a private reading, all the links you need are in the description box below. And we're running specials, so special offer readings, so if you're interested in getting a reading, those are available as well on the specials page of my website, also in the description box below. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy your readings and that you have a wonderful time ahead, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care. Hi Leo, and welcome to your reading. So I'm going to show you the cards and then pull the messages together for you. At the bottom of the deck is the overall energy. We do have the Emperor, and you have a few major arcana cards in your reading, so this could be an intense time for you, or a time of big breakthroughs or big changes. The Justice card, second major arcana card in your reading. The Five of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups, the Strength card, another major arcana, and the Hermit, another major arcana. So for some of you, the first scenario that comes to the forefront here is a resolution of a difficult legal situation involving either a boss, an official, a government institution, or anything like that, like the police, anything medical, like a hospital or a clinic or anything like that. You may be involved in a legal proceeding with them. Someone in authority, okay, whether it's a person or a company or an institution. I feel like there may be legal proceedings involving you and this person, and I feel like they may come to a conclusion for you during this time frame. And with the Three of Cups here, it is reason to celebrate. With the Six of Pentacles and the Justice card, it does tell me that you will get a fair settlement, you will get a fair decision out of the situation. And compensation is what is coming through here. Because see, in the Justice card in this deck, you have the Beggar and you have the King. So the Beggar would be you in the situation compared to, you know, the level of power you have versus this person. It feels like a big gap there. So it could have been a situation where people told you, you know what, just don't bother with it. You can't win if you're suing the police. How are you going to win, or anything like that? You know what I mean? So I do feel like you will get a fair settlement. I also feel like someone may confess. Okay, so if you are dealing with a legal situation, I feel like someone may confess, and that is what can close this situation for you. For those of you, I feel like this is about legal contracts. You're dealing with banks or financial institutions or lenders or anything like that. And I feel that it may have been a bit of go, you know, one step forward, two steps back type of situation with this, but I feel like they're finally granting you what you're asking for. And again, it's reason to celebrate. I feel like this could be a medical situation for some of you, okay? If this is a legal settlement type thing, compensation type thing, and I feel like it is coming to you. It will be granted to you. I feel like for some of you, you could be moving during this time, and that is the, the legal documentation that you're dealing with. I feel like there have been a number of good options, but you are waiting to hear from a bank or a lender in terms of how much money you could spend before you could choose where you wanted to go. For some of you, I do feel like you're going from, it feels like from one hemisphere to another. So moving across the world, or you're moving from someplace warm to someplace cold, or vice versa. With these cards, so it's a big change, it's a big move, but it is definitely something that you wanted to do, and something that you have the support of the major arcanas in, and that means you have the support of the universe with this change. For some of you, I feel like you may be taking a step back, separating from or divorcing an individual. I feel like there may have been other people involved in the relationship, or a love triangle situation, or definitely other people flirting with other people, going out with other people, or behaving as if they were single. And so it was definitely a one-sided situation. You were doing a lot of the work, and you were there, and you were trying, and the other person was just taking. And I feel like during this time frame, you're finally putting an end to that. And you may seek legal advice, or you may talk to an expert or someone who's gone through this in terms of how to go about it the right way. And I feel like you will be supported. There will be someone walking by your side, guiding you through this difficult situation. Because you have, I think, a Virgo, or a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, but a Virgo with the Hermit here, shedding light on things, giving you information, and also protecting you through this transition phase, through this change phase in your life. For some of you, I feel like you're winning a competition. Now, this could be with job applications, or interviews, or anything like that, or of something involving physical activity, or marathons, or anything like that. But it feels like something that has some sort of a contract or financial reward attached to it, and I feel like you're going to be the winner there. So you could be receiving job offers, you could be reviewing paperwork during this time, because you stand out from the competition and you won that job. For those of you, I do feel like you're either taking on a role with a lot of responsibility, like heading a team, a project, a big project, a department, even a company during this time. I feel like it will come with added benefits, perks, and opportunities, but it's also a lot of responsibility, and you kind of have to rethink your schedules, your priorities during this time. It may see you going through a time of isolation, so it may see you, going abroad to work, or just being away from home a lot. So it feels like you're separated or isolated from your loved ones. But it would be a wonderful opportunity for you. So if you can balance things out, you have two different cards talking about balancing. Balance things out, balance your time, prioritize. I feel like it would be a wonderful opportunity for you to take. If you're not careful, if you're overindulging in the power, the opportunities, focusing too much on work, okay, so kind of throwing things off balance. I feel like this feeling of isolation may turn into actual isolation, where there may be a divorce happening, or a separation, or your friends leaving you, or stuff like that, because you're just too focused on work or consumed by work. So just be mindful of that. For some of you, you may be getting a job as a trainer, physical trainer, health and well-being. In health and well-being, something like a therapist of sorts, a trainer, a counselor, an advisor, a nutritionist, where people come to you for answers in terms of how to get their health and well-being under control, or in a good direction, going in a good direction. And so for some of you, you could even make a business out of this. For others of you, you may be going into business, or you may be starting something with friends or even family members during this time. As long as you decide who's in charge beforehand or who has the final say type of thing, I feel like this could be a good move for you, because you can pull your resources together and make this into a solid opportunity. But the only way you're going to have trouble is if there are power struggles. So as long as you can iron those out, iron those issues out before you get started, this could be a really good opportunity for you. I do see you attending weddings where you gift money, okay, to the bride and groom. Could also be something like housewarming parties as well, and you just take them a gift. It doesn't have to be money, it's just gifts. Or this is you're receiving guests and you're receiving gifts. I do see successful conversations and successful negotiations with authorities and authority figures during this time. As long as you stand up for yourself, you are professional, you stick to the facts. I feel like these are people who don't have a lot of time to waste. So as long as you stick to the facts and you express yourself, short, concise, to the point, pros and cons, this is what I'm asking for and this is why you should give this to me, I feel like it will be very successful for you during this time frame. You may get jobs out of it, money out of it, promotions out of it, very successful negotiations and conversations with figures of authority during this time frame. For those of you who may be called to mediate a conflict, to resolve a conflict, this could be with friends, family, or even people you work with. And I feel like they're looking to you to resolve this conflict. There may be a fire sign involved who's very stubborn. I feel like it's two equally stubborn people, and it could be an Aries and a Virgo for some of you. That's what I'm getting. But regardless of what sign they are, these people are very stubborn, and it is about a power struggle. And I feel like you will be called to mediate because they both listen to you. Okay. So let's look at your card for psychic messages. We have deep knowing. The number is 43. So as usual, if you've been with me for a while, since I've started doing psychic readings, adding them to the readings as well, you know that I'd like you to pause the video, take in the card, look at the card, see what you see in it, whether it's in the words and the numbers and the colors and the images. Just take it all in and see what it tells you directly. And this is a good way to strengthen your intuition, but also to receive a clear, direct message specific just to you out of the general reading. So you may go back and pause the video and do that for a while, for a few minutes if you have to. It's a good practice. Okay, so I do see some form of power struggles. This could be, and with the psychic messages, they may tie into the tarot messages, or they may be different or adding to them, so just be aware of that. But I do see some sort of power struggle where there's a difference in power or authority, or level of power, level of authority between the two parties, and there is a mediator called upon. And that could be you, or that could be where you go to someone to resolve a situation, and again kind of tying back to the legal situations there. I do feel like truth is important, so speaking the truth during this time, staying above board during this time. You have the Justice card there, you have the Six of Pentacles there. It's about karma for you. You're reaping karma, and you're also you will reap what you are sowing at this time. So stay above board with everything that you do, especially legal matters. Confessions, once again, or people coming forward with missing information that they've been sitting on, also comes up here. messages coming through that you were waiting on. You may receive messages from afar, or you may receive messages that you were waiting on during this time frame, and I feel like that will open up a new door for you. So you may be going from one place to another. Now this could be messages about a house move, messages about a job, messages about a job change or career change, or messages in terms of someone coming in to live with you for a while, or support you've asked for. I feel like you're finally receiving those messages, and you can start in this new direction that you've been planning. I do see rewards, recognition, celebration, getting credit for your work, getting what you deserve. So again, kind of tying into the energy of justice during this time. So again, I feel like a lot of eyes are going to be on you during this time for one reason or another. So it is important that you are above board with everything that you do, and it is important that you do the best job you can, because people are paying attention. You are setting an example, or you're setting a precedent, creating a precedent. So if that means anything to you, then just take it into account. I feel like you may have a more intense dream life, or a more intense nightlife for some of you. So you may be just going out more, partying more, going out to clubs, dancing, drinking, anything like that. And it's important that you know where to stop. Okay, that's what I hear. And you may have a more active dream life. So you may have different dreams than usual, very vivid, lifelike situations in your dreams. And I feel like pay attention, because some questions will be answered to you based on what you're dreaming. So it's going to be like direct messages coming to you in your dream. At night. Nighttime is important here. So for some of you, you may start to work. You may take on a job, but it's either long hours or odd hours, or working through the night, or working night and day with this energy. There is an imbalance somewhere that you need to take control of. I feel like it's workload for some of you, the focus you put on work and the focus you put on everything else. I feel like relationships may suffer because of your focus being fully someplace else, whether it's work or your personal projects or your personal business. I feel like relationships may suffer, and that could be romantic relationships, but also with friends and family. So just be aware of that, and it is important that you try to keep everything in balance. Or again, you think about the consequences, and if you are prepared to lose friends, or if you're not that bothered about people getting mad at you for not showing up and not being present, then that's your choice, and that's fine. But you do need to think about the consequences and make sure that you're okay with the possible consequences when you make your choices. I do see flying, so either flying for, I do feel for work. For some of you, maybe getting a job as a pilot, or getting a job as a captain of a ship, or working on a ship, working on a cruise, or working on an airplane or airline. For those of you, I do feel like this is about working overseas or abroad. It feels like a few days a week, and then you're home for another couple of days, and you're kind of going back and forth a lot. Or you just travel a lot for work. And it may be because this new position that you're taking that comes with a lot of responsibility, and you may be the face of the company, or the person that the company sends out to get new clients. So a lot of, flying going on back and forth during this time. And I do feel like you will be dealing with overseas or abroad for one reason or another. I feel like you're going to have to take into account the time difference, and there's a big time difference. Like for you it's day, and over there it's night, or for them it's night, and for you it's vice versa. You know what I'm saying here. I do see you being very happy about something because you knew you were right, and it's proved. It proves. Someone proves that you were right, or it is proven that you were speaking the truth. And I feel like you're feeling very, very happy and confident and fulfilled that you finally hear that. You finally hear that, okay, now everyone knows that you were right. Everyone knows that you were telling the truth. And that may be something happening for you during this time frame. And I do see you going into the big league, or talking to the big boss, or hanging out with the bosses, whatever that means for you. So again, it could be attached to a promotion, or a job change, or a transfer. And I feel like you may feel a little bit out of your league, or you may feel a little bit intimidating, but just remember that you deserve to be there, and it is important that you just own it and start acting like it. Okay, so don't be afraid to step up. Don't be afraid to hang out with the big bosses, to speak your mind, to speak your tell them about your views, your opinions, because you do deserve to be there. Okay, that's what I hear. And I do see karmic blessings coming to you during this time frame, where you feel like, God is smiling at you or something like that. That's what I'm saying. So it could be a breakthrough happening. It could be finally getting a job. It could be finally moving, finally your house selling, finally having a child, finally getting what you want. It's going to be very different things for different people. And for some of you, I do see you training, and it could be physical training, or it could be, training for work. Perfecting a skill, or developing new skills, learning new skills, gaining knowledge, getting new information, studying. There may be a test attached to this as well, or an exam. But I feel like you will do well. Pace yourself. Don't, it's important that you take breaks, okay, if you want to be successful here, because I feel like you may be thinking, I'm just going to study day and night for a week and I'll be fine. No, pace yourself and make sure you rest properly and you give your mind a break so that it has time to process what you're studying, and you will be successful. Okay, so these are a few of the messages coming through for you for this time frame. Let me know how the messages make sense to you, if they do, whether it's the tarot or the psychic messages or both. Remember to watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful time ahead, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Take care.